Heard you.
Boom shakalaka. You already know the vibery. It is Saturday. It is KVN. Who run the city? It's T Time. It's Big Fan Breezy. You already know. And yeah. We have to wait for this day. Yeah. What's good, Big Fan Breezy?
I mean, first off, shout to the chat. Shout to all the Nets fans. We the best fans.
Cat.
Uh,
We
that
already
being
proved that's cat.
that being said, I got a lot to say. You know, I was hoping that I'll pull up here and have a conversation with listening to soliloquies without a Nick fan trying to flex, knowing damn well that they ain't get out the second round since who knows when. And he's the one that always likes to say, "Y'all ain't do nothing that we ain't did." This is the same conversation, just the other way around. Case in point is, I was wrong about the Barclays game, but I would like to say in the disparity was the free throws. You know, 18 for 19, or 4 for 5. They missed a call when the ball was out of bounds. Just nasty work by the refs. Easily
Cat.
could have went. The game could have easily went the other way. It was a good game. I mean, a competitive one. So that being said, the whole washing us up, I didn't see that. I seen two teams competing, and only one team could be the winner. That's what I seen. So
Oh man. You starting off the show blaming the ref is nasty work. The reason why y'all don't get foul calls is because y'all don't go to the cup. Y'all was shooting wild 3-pointers. That's why y'all ain't get foul calls, because y'all wasn't attacking the basket, because that's not how y'all play. I
that's
told
a
you from the
lie.
beginning. I, I, I told you from the beginning of the season, your team depends too much on 3-point shooting, and that's still
No,
a
I'm not
thing
talking
today.
about your soliloquy at the beginning of the season. I'm talking about that very game that we
Yeah,
discussing. We was
bro,
going to the basket. Cam Thomas was getting fouled the whole night.
you got a cat, cat, cat,
No,
bro. That cat, that
yeah,
cat. And you know
no,
what?
it's
You know
not.
what? You know what?
He was getting
I get
fouled
it,
the
bro.
whole
I
night.
get it, bro. You losing, you got to make excuses, and so
No,
you're gonna
I'm
blame
telling
the
you what
refs.
I
That's what
seen
you're
when I
gonna
watched
do.
the game.
And I'm telling you, that's yeah. What I'll tell you what I seen. I seen y'all chucking up 3-pointers, and that's what had y'all in the lead. Y'all were making 3-pointers, and we weren't. That's what gave y'all the lead in the game, because y'all was taking a lot of 3-pointers and y'all was making a lot of 3-pointers. This is why y'all wasn't going to the line, and it was a close game. But I knew what was going to happen. I knew what was going to happen. Your team collapses in the fourth quarter. My team doesn't. We fight to the very last moment. Your team collapsed, and it happened yet again. Oh man, Nets is trash. It's a beautiful thing to see that the Nets being so garbage, bottom
Why
dwellers.
is it beautiful when y'all the
It-
ones
it-
for garbage? And I ain't think it was beautiful. I thought it was nasty
you,
work because y'all supposed to
you,
make the city look good the way we was. So that's the difference in our
when did
garbage.
y'all ever make the city look good? Y'all never
We
made the
brought back
city
the
look
winning
good.
culture. Y'all had it looking
Yo,
bad
bro,
out here.
bro, y'all had the city
Whew.
looking y'all had the city looking stupid. KD Kyrie running amok, doing whatever they want. The headlines about the Nets were bad. Kyrie not showing up to games. KD being mad, wanting to trade, not being traded, then wanting to trade again. Y'all had the city looking stupid. Y'all was supposed to win a championship. That was the expectation. Oh, Brooklyn Nets is going to win a championship. They got KD and Kyrie and did nothing. Y'all had the city
Bruh, we
looking
got to the
bad.
second round. That's the same thing y'all did.
We making this, y'all wasn't supposed to make it to the second round. We wasn't even
I'm
supposed to
just
make
saying
it
that's
there.
what they
That's the
did.
difference.
That's not making
That's
the
the
city look
difference.
bad getting to the
That's the
second round.
difference.
That's
Bro,
getting to the second
relax,
round in the
bro.
playoffs.
Stop cutting me off and relax, bro. Yeah, because when you started off your little soliloquy and complaining about refs, did not interrupt you.
All
Again,
right.
y'all made
I
the
need to
city
cap
look
on my team.
y'all y'all made the city look bad. Y'all was supposed to win a championship. Knicks made the second round and wasn't even supposed to make it to the second round. That's the difference. When we played the Cavaliers, everybody thought the Cavaliers was going to beat us. We wasn't even supposed to be there. Most people had us not even making the playoffs that year. So again, it's a difference, especially when your team was expected to win a championship, not just one, multiple championships. And the furthest y'all got was the second round. That's the difference. You can't compare the two. That's apple and oranges. You feel me?
I mean, I'm just waiting to rebuttal because
bro,
I don't want to cut you off. You know what I'm
bro.
saying? So
Your Leaf,
I'm saying, okay.
injuries happen to everybody, bro. You posted the comment. You want me not to the reply to the comment? You posted it. Leaf,
Nah, bro,
injuries
go
happen
ahead. Go ahead. Bro, I didn't complain. I just said go ahead. That's all I said.
to Leaf. Injuries happens to every team every year. Every team got a story about injuries, bro. I'm not trying to hear that. You still, even with injuries, you still had one of the best players in the game at that time, and y'all still got bumped. So, all right, I'm done now.
All I'm saying is at the end of the day, again, far as expectations, yeah, it was to win championships. That's not what it was. And that's not because I was selling them something short. That's because Sean Marks, he swung and he missed. He went for the fence. And in my opinion, I never agreed with the moves that he was making after the KD and Kyrie. I never agreed with the DeAndre Jordan thing. You ain't hear me vlog happy about that. I never agreed with the Harden situation because he gave up all those he gave up our future for Harden for one season. Case in point is Harden wasn't even here for an entire season, and we gave up a whole future of seasons with draft picks for Harden. I never vlogged for that to happen. So again, what the Brooklyn Nets do and what I vlog is two different things. So case in point is consistency wise, yeah, I thought they would win a championship that year. We was 2 up versus Milwaukee, but again, that first year I didn't expect that KD was hurt. That's one season with KD and Kyrie. That second season, yeah, I thought we would do. That's where we went to the second round. That third season, we got swept. It was bad. My thing is, as a fan, they selling us short because at the end of the day, we did bring winning basketball back to the city. That's a fact. And on top of that, yeah, far as what a fan want to see them not play that many games, and no disrespect, and this is not a pun, but you get a Julius Randle and a Jalen Brunson, you look at their total games played together on this at the same time, it's probably more than KD and Kyrie right now in 4 seasons. That's the difference. And that's why Nets fans feel jaded. We feel like, yo, we didn't even get the real duo that we were supposed to get. You look at all of these teams that real have duos that you consider duos, they play a lot of games together, and we never got that with KD and Kyrie. The most we got, I think, was like 40 plus games together with KD and Kyrie. But James Harden and Kyrie and KD, that shit was nasty work. That shit was like 16 games in total. So no, the GM sold us short. The fans was all in. We was ready because we was building a winning culture. But they traded the winning culture and what we were building for that whole situation, and now we here. And I just think they're doing this thing wrong as well, because Cam Thomas leading this offense with Claxton with the pick and roll is better than what we got going on with Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson. And I seen that shit. I was waiting for today too. All of this, clamoring over Mikal Bridges. We don't even call them Brooklyn Bridges no more. You can call them Manhattan Bridges, Williamsburg Bridges, or whatever y'all want to call them. But the Brooklyn Nets fans on my page is not calling him Brooklyn Bridges no more. He not like that for real. So case in point is, until the Brooklyn Nets run the offense or take their draft pick seriously, we're going to be where we at. Most teams got success with their draft picks. And Brooklyn Nets is one of those teams. Some teams has got success with free agents like the Knicks, but us, nah. I think we got to go the draft pick route and build from there. And until then, it's going to be a rough road, man. That's
Bro, I've been telling you since the show started that Sean Marks is a trash GM. And you was telling me no. Sean Marks is one of the best GMs. He's making the best moves. This was Big Fit Breezy. He's making the best moves. He did this. He did that. Sean Marks is the truth. This was Big Fit Breezy telling me this years ago. You feel me? And now you starting to see the light of what T-Town's been telling you all this time. And it's okay. But as far as your players not playing together that many games, whose fault is that? That's Sean Marks' fault. Sean Marks wanted to take a chance on KD, even though he know KD wasn't going to be able to play a whole year. That's a part of the team's fault. Then you got Kyrie doing whatever he want to do. Instead of putting their foot down and making Kyrie play games, they let him go do whatever he want to do. And they trade for James Harden. That was stupid, but they did whatever. That's the GM is as much as part of the team as the players, bro, because they make the decisions to put the players on the team. That's the GM's job. So Sean Marks is responsible for your team looking silly and being nasty work over the last 3, 4 years. Nasty work. On the other hand, my GM was getting criticized for not jumping out the window and signing big names. And look at that. We doing pretty well. And it was something that Leaf said that uh, I wanted to respond to. Did you not just see us beat the defending champs by 38? Leaf, you missed that, huh? Or you missed when we beat the 76ers by 30 points? You missed that, huh? I guess those not over 500 teams, right? Or you missed when we beat the Timberwolves by 10 points this season. I mean, this year, in the beginning of 2024. You missed that, huh? Those not over 500 teams? Nah, nah. We still saying we struggle with over 500 team when we just blew out the defending champs by almost 40, beat the 76ers by 30, and beat the Portland Trail. I mean, not the Portland Trail Blazers. The Minnesota Timberwolves. Those not over 500 teams, bro. Leaf, you be chatting, bro. You be chatting, and it's okay. It's okay, Leaf. You be chatting, bro. You be chatting. You should worry about your team trying to beat over 500 teams.
Yo,
You should worry
oh
about your
man.
team trying to beat over 500 teams. You try to worry about your team even being a 500 team. That's what you need to worry about, Leaf. That's what you need to worry about. Y'all get beat by the worst teams. You feel me? Y'all get beat by the worst teams. You don't want to talk about in the last 20 something games that you in the Detroit Pistons share the same record in the last 20 games. You don't want to talk about that, Leaf, but you want to talk about the Knicks beating over 500 teams when we clearly just blew out the defending champs by 38. What you want to do, Leaf? What you want to do?
Yo, I just want to say, Leaf, every time you do this, every week, I always tell you this. Like, you think that I don't respect, I don't know, man. I'm not the only one that be cooking, man. And I'm telling you, for a long time, I never even seen the chat. I was just a lot of times just vlogging versus tea time. I never even seen the chat. I ain't start seeing the chat till like maybe a year, and when we started being on. And
Yeah.
he was like, "Yo, you should see the chat, this and that." Yo, come on, man, Leaf, stop it. Say something that gives the Nets the advantage. Like, you just come on, bro. Like, why? You hear
Yo.
me start the show saying anything about that? No.
Yo.
Anyhow, what I will say is this: everybody trying to act like we supposed to just again earlier in the offseason, I said that coaching is worth 45%. The reason why I said that is because of what Jock Vaughn is doing right now. If Ime was our coach, we would not have this record. The other day, I seen Ime. He said, "Yo, Jalen Green is having a rough patch with his offense." This is me paraphrasing. He didn't say this verbatim, but he basically defended Jalen Green and his offensive struggles and say he gonna get it together. And the truth is that that's what you need a coach to do. You need the support from the coach in the press conference and the post game interviews to show that when he getting the ball, it's not because we had nowhere else to go with the ball. No, we want him to have the ball, even though he may be struggling on offense. It's good to see a coach defend his players. That being said, Jock Vaughn, his nickname is the Prince of Positivity. When you look on Wikipedia, that's what his nickname is. And I just want to say something about that. I do not, as a fan, as a big fan, I do not understand why you could put these players to always be professional in these post-game interviews preaching positivity when you selling them short. You going to Mikal Bridges every time to win the game, knowing that Cam Thomas is the best scorer. Why would you go to Mikal Bridges at the last play of the game when he was 3 for 3 at the free throw line and Cam Thomas was 10 for 10? And the whole world know that Mikal Bridges is going right or left. If he start off left, he gonna keep going left. If he start off right, he gonna keep going right. He has no offensive bag. We are 8-14 in clutch games. Those 14 losses, I'm willing to put half of that, maybe even 10 out of 14 those games on Mikal Bridges getting the last play of the game, going up, missing a layup, missing a bunny, missing a free throw. Y'all want me to be a fan of this? I'm a fan of the team. I don't necessarily gotta like the players on the team, and I just want to land the plane saying this. It is true that point guards make a difference, and Knicks fans all know for seasons they've been a bad team because they didn't have an adequate point guard. You can debate it, of course, but my point is that can't be the only reason why we lose it. I need to see an adjustment for Jock Vaughn because Ben Simmons only played 6 games. If you can't adjust after a point guard, he not even there to set the tone. We do barometers of 10 games. He didn't even reach a 10-game barometer to say he do this, that, and the third with the Brooklyn Nets. So I expect adjustment. Again, I know y'all don't fan over DSJ, but he's great for the Brooklyn Nets. I will have him starting, and I will have Trendon Watford coming off the bench. So I'm not just complaining. I'm actually coming up with solutions on how the Brooklyn Nets could play better. So again, man, this point guard situation was hectic for the Knicks for years. Sean Marks need to look and learn. Nah, I don't need to bungee jump to realize that shit is breathtaking. You seen them bungee jump and try to play without a point guard. That shit don't work. Get an adequate point guard to represent the Brooklyn Nets so we could get back to a brand of winning basketball. Please.
Bro, the coach is ass. That's start there. Prince of positivity, you should call him the Prince of Garbage, because that's exactly what he is. He's garbage. Told you this from day one. He's not him. He wanted to have, he's been in the organization so long and he knows. Look, trash, straight trash. And what he's doing to Cam Thomas is absolutely criminal. If Jock Vaughn is the end, this is a contract year for Cam Thomas, if I'm not correct, right?
Nah, they lock Cam Thomas up, man. We got Cam Thomas at like 25, 26 season, man. They know how nice he is. This is my problem with them. Like, so they got him playing behind Mikal Bridges. It's embarrassing.
If this was his contract year, he was out of there. If Jack Vaughn's still the head coach,
yeah,
absolutely.
They got him on that sweet rookie deal.
But trash. Your team got more problems than just Jack Vaughn. You know what I mean? More than just Jack Vaughn.
But what do you contribute? Let me ask you that question. What do you contribute coaching to winning basketball? A winning brand of basketball? Out of 100%.
I say it's about 40-60. Because no matter how good the coach is, if you ain't got the players to win, you're going to lose. Because look at Pop. You feel me? Like Pop got
point guard is crazy.
Pop,
I would have had 40 assists a game with Wembanyama. I don't understand. Like
Pops is one of the greatest coaches of all time, right? Mm-hmm. But for what he don't got the players to win. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Like, so look at his record. So yeah, but you gotta get rid of some players, man. That team is just not built to win. You feel me? It's just not built to win. And that's all Sean Marks' fault. You feel me? He's a war criminal. He need to be arrested for war crimes. You feel me? Yeah, look, Leaf in the comments in his feelings. And it's beautiful to see. It's beautiful to see, Leaf. I see you in your feelings, man. Feeling real salty in those comments, man. And I love it.
Shout to Jay. He say, yo, shout to you. I say, listen, I'm a man of my word, Fraz has. If I lose this bet, I'm gonna pay my bet. But I don't really think that y'all could sweep us. But I do think our best chance was winning that last game. Yeah. That being said, you won't have to come looking for me, man. You see, I pull up every week. I'll probably be here. I'll send you the Cash App on KVN. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I want my money too. You already know.
I don't know if I'm paying tea time though. But the thing I bet the whole bet was with Fraz Taz is that we're gonna be a 45+ win team. And as a fan right now, I gotta be honest when I do the calculations. The math ain't mathing. So I'm gonna just look at it like right now. I don't know if we reach that 45+ win mark. And I'm hoping for the best for the Brooklyn Nets, man. I really want us to play better, man.
So look, I'm about to leave me doing you bad. So look, bro, check it. You haven't been here for KVN the first 2-3 years, right? Right? He hasn't been here, right? So you say I'm flexing on regular season wins. No, I'm flexing on being better than the Nets because this is Knicks versus Nets. That's what I'm flexing on. And I
Mm-hmm.
had to sit here for 2 years and watch Net fans try to flex on me for one
I
beating the
was flexing.
Knicks,
I was
for
flexing.
one beating the Knicks and having a better record. So now that the shoe is on the other foot, yes, you're going to get this work, Leaf. You're going to get this work. You have to. You have to because you wasn't here on the good days. You showed up when it's bad. That's your fault. You showed up in a bad time. It's your fault. You know what I mean? And don't think I'm not gonna flex about MVP chance in the Barclays. Don't think I'm not gonna flex about that. That's nasty work for Brooklyn Nets. MVP chance for Jalen Brunson, crucial free
Yeah,
throws for the
I had fans that was at the game. They said Knicks fans do that, and they say that the media cater to the
bro.
Knicks. I'm
Yo,
believing that too. I'm not
that's
saying they
cat.
didn't say that. It's true, but the way they set it up, they made it all,
Bro, that's
they
cat.
made it for the Knicks for it to
Because
happen that way.
all
Mikal
the
Bridges helped that whole
all
situation.
all the years that I've watched Knicks versus Nets games, never heard it that loud. I've been to Knicks versus Nets games in the Barclays, never heard it that loud before. You feel me? So
Nah,
that's
man.
cap. That's cap, bro. That's cap. And they're trying to save face as well. MVP chance, bro. MVP chance. Mikal Bridges getting booed at the line for crucial free throws in the Barclays. Nah, bro, that's not placating, bro. That's not placating. That's what
Oh
happened.
my goodness! I'm glad you
Getting
said that. But
getting
before I
booed.
address that,
Well,
I want
hold
to
on.
say
Let
something
me
to
let me
you.
land the plane. Let me land the plane. You're getting
Right.
booed at the, and then it's so bad that they asked him about it. He's like, yeah, nobody in the world want to feel that way at their own home. Oh man, yeah, his feelings is hurt. Yeah, yeah, his feelings is hurt. Usually when that kind of stuff happen, I'm landing the plane now. Usually when that kind of stuff happen, the opposing home crowd outshines the chants with boos. That didn't even happen. But go ahead.
Yo, Leaf, hold it down. You listen, man. Hold it down. Now, before tea time, he go at you. I just want to say this to Mikal Bridges. Now, that being said, you wrong for that. You coming at the fans, a team, the Brooklyn Nets, for one, is the only team in the NBA that's going to give you an opportunity to be the number one guy on the scoring to score the ball and run the offense through you, knowing that we still got somebody better than you. It's not like you came here to this team and you the best offensive player on this team. You not. We the only team. Is because you 28, 29. It's because this is the supposed to be your prime and you gonna make a break, or we gonna sink or swim with you, and we sinking because of you. Because you are stubborn and you think it's okay, you think it's fine to be next to Jalen Brunson the next day after he whooped your ass in the Garden. If anybody could stop
Yeah, you're
Jalen
right. In the
Brunson
garden.
in any exactly, if anybody can stop Jalen Brunson, it's supposed to be his main man, pots and pans, and it ain't your ass. How you can't stop him? You've been playing with him since Villanova. Every time I see you with Jalen Brunson, I see you dancing like that from his wedding, bro. That's all I keep thinking, bro. That shit is like seared, like in my brain. That shit bothers me so much. And you know what else I don't like? You know what I'm saying? Because Nick fans is like, oh, and I was protecting you, like, get away from me, Mikal Bridges, Nick fan. He's gonna run the city on this side, but now I'm looking at him like, not that we will ever make a trade with the New York Knicks. The Brooklyn Nets is not going to make a trade with the New York Knicks, but to make it seem like fans like me are calling him the franchise, that's cap. That is cap. From now on, I don't want y'all to run around saying that I believe in Mikal Bridges to be a franchise player for the Brooklyn Nets. Don't ever say that. Unless you hear me say that, I did not say that. If you hear another fan say I said that, that fan is capping. Case in point, Mikal Bridges is doing us a unjust by being the number one guy and then disrespectfully say it's bad that the fans was booing, knowing the very next game you had a situation where the fans weren't booing and you missed a free throw. You soft. And you want to say something about the fans in a post-game interview, and we the only fan base that's watching you and hoping that you'll be a number one guy in this league, and you not? And you got that to say about us? You gonna disrespect the fans of the Brooklyn Nets? Talking about getting booed? Explain yourself, Mikal Bridges, because you missed the free throw the next game and it was silent. Nobody said a word watching you. Just go ahead. It's our fault, right? Go ahead, shoot. And what happened? You missed. You soft. You soft. Don't ever say a bad word about any Brooklyn Nets fan, or I'm on you, bro. Don't ever. Yo, I'm the villain. I'm the villain. I'm not a Knicks fan or no shit like that. I ain't changing my team. But if I woke up and they Woj bombed it and said that he wasn't on the team no more, I would not lose no sleep.
Mikal, request the trade, good brother. That's all I got to say. You ain't got to take this. You ain't got to take this. There's a home for you in orange and blue, good brother. Yeah, I mean, but listen, again, my boy. This is cap, because I can tell you what I remember. Been a Knicks fan for quite some time now. Y'all been here for like 10 plus years now. Knicks fans didn't really care about the Nets until KD and Kyrie came, and then y'all tried to act like y'all was running the city. That's when we turned our attention to Brooklyn Nets, and the wrath of the Knicks fans turned towards the Brooklyn Nets, because y'all been here for quite some time. And nobody really cared about the Nets, bro. Nobody did. No Knicks fan cared about the Nets, bro. Not at all. Not at all. So the only time when y'all started and y'all had that little run with KD and Kyrie and y'all was pretending like y'all ran the city, that's when we turned our attention to you. But other than that, nobody cared, bro. But yo, Mikal, back to Mikal, you ain't got to take this from Big Fan Breezy. You ain't got to do it. You ain't got to do it, bro. That you will fit perfectly with this team, seamlessly. You feel me? You get to be with your friends and win basketball games. Everybody likes to win basketball games, right? You need to come to the Garden and play in the Garden. You said you love playing at MSG. You feel me? So you need to come to the Garden and play basketball with your friends and win basketball games. I know losing stinks. I know that, right? So come and win. Why? That's all I'm saying. Just request the trade, good brother. You ain't got to take this abuse from Net fans. You talk about this is a fact. This is a fact, Mrs. Knicks. You talk about Mikal Bridges. Your whole team soft. You can't keep a lead. You can't close out games.
That's not true.
Soft, bro.
My thing is
soft.
Okay, based on what you said, that's not true, bro. DSJ, and he don't even put the lineup that's supposed to be out there to close out games. He'll take Cam Thomas out the game with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, put him back in the game with 25 seconds left, down by 4. He's asking Cam Thomas to wear a cape. This shit is not fair to Cam Thomas. They asked Cam Thomas after the shoot around, how you feel about the lineup and you starting or coming off the bench? He said random. They asked him, is it consistent or is it random? He said it's random. So my point is that as far as closing out, if he had the opportunity to close out, he gonna show you he go hard, never soft. Pulse. DSJ, he's somebody else that plays great basketball. Again, I got high praise for DSJ, not because of his reputation with the Knicks, but because of what he does for the Brooklyn Nets. Also, Nick Claxton, Day'Ron Sharp. Yo, the draft picks getting busy. Lonnie Walker's good, but he's not always there. Right now, he's back, but he's on a minutes restriction. Even versus y'all, he was like 2 for 3. He played 10 minutes. I'm like, yo, why you take him out? Like, you got Cam Johnson in there. Don't get me started on Cam Johnson. I pause. I'm not even going just because of his name sound. I don't even like the way his name sound and the way he playing on this team right now, bro. I'm telling you, y'all can't go nowhere else and be a 1-2 punch. Nowhere in the league they're going to make you a number one guy, Cam Johnson. or a number 2 guy after this. And maybe that's your role, not to be that. And maybe that's why my issue with Jock Vaughn is him not knowing how to play y'all in the right role, putting y'all in a situation where, y'all on the wing, Nick Claxton and Cam is on a pick and roll. Know what I'm saying? Hold on.
Yo, your boy Leaf is doing bad in the comments, bro.
He says in this Facebook.
You talk about how the Knicks tape ended. Tell me how KD and Kyrie saga ended, please. Please tell me. Tell me how that ended. You mentioned in the Knicks tape era. Tell me how KD and Kyrie saga ended, Leaf, please. Because there wasn't no glorious ending to that. You still seeing the effects of that era. Yeah, but go ahead, my fault. You muted.
My fault. Yeah, no, I was just saying, for the most part, far as what we supposed to be as fans, we was doing that. I was optimistic going into the season for very good reason. And the reason why I backed Jock Vaughn is because he had 5 years of assistant coach experience. I thought, and I contrasted that to Steve Nash and said that's why he's bad. And I got that because of Nick Nurse and how well he became a coach once he got his first look with the Toronto Raptors. And when he did, he was successful. And they had a lot of draft picks in that situation. Not a lot, but case in point is he knew what to do and had relationships because he was an assistant coach there. He had relationships with the players when he became the head coach. Anytime they hire from the assistant coach to head coach, I think it's a good thing. Seeing success with Ime. But the truth is that with all of the opportunities that Jock Vaughn had to be a good coach in this first half of the season, seeing Steve Nash get it right or wrong, seeing D'Antoni get it right or wrong, because don't pretend like he wasn't head coach when he was head. Case in point is you got all of these different assistant coaches that get the chance to actually be the guy sitting right there, seeing how it's done right and wrong. With doing that for 5 years, I imagine you will be you the guy for the job. You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel even back then I was wrong for being optimistic about Jock Vaughn. I just think that he got something versus Cam Thomas, and it's pretty bad. They both a first round draft pick, number 27. Did you know that? They both got the same draft pick. I would think that's a bond. Guess silly me. Silly me. You know, then he put all of this potential into Mikal Bridges, and granted, out of 22 games in the clutch, we 8-14. No matter how you want to slice that pie, that's not me to having a slight versus Mikal Bridges. You're not going to be a player that I like if you playing bad basketball. This got nothing to do with you and me personal. I do not know you at all. Case in point is, if you don't play well, why are you asking me to back you? Get a bag. You should be listening to me for advice respectfully. Like, you should work on your handle. You should work on your left, your right, your tween, your cross. You should be posting players up when you're taller than them. You should be making your defense your priority. You making your offense your priority. It's made you a worse player than you were. You have degressed as a player trying to be an offensive juggernaut because you're stifling the progress of Cam Thomas while doing so. That's karma for your ass. So that being said, it's all bad. We 17 and 20 something. It's bad.
You can't blame that on Mikal Bridges. That's the coach fault. The coach
it's the coach and his fault.
The coach pick who goes the offense go through. You know, Cam Thomas is disgruntled. My man, they said, what about you playing in the fourth quarter? He said, ask the coach. That's crazy right there. That's crazy right there. He's disgruntled. Yeah, I mean, somebody got to go. Either Cam Thomas got to go or Jack Vaughn. Jack Vaughn is horrible. All he do is stand on the sideline and chew gum. That's it. He got a very impressive beard. As a bearded brother myself, his beard is impressive. But that's the only thing impressive about Jack Vaughn, because his coaching damn sure not. And it's funny how we was on different side of the spectrum just like a year or two ago. I wasn't a fan of my coach. And I was like, yo, got to pack him up. He doing bad. And a year later, I'm like, I'm not going to be a fool to argue with results. And I won't. Because what Coach Tommy T got these guys doing is impressive. You know, having it, The reason why Knicks fans like myself always mention about being 19-0 against under 500 teams, because that's having your team prepared and not going through games like, oh, we gonna win today. You feel me? And having them ready and engaged to play. That's a tough thing to do. Even the best teams in the league, like Milwaukee, the Boston Celtics, and the Timberwolves have losses to under 500 teams. So even they fall asleep sometimes against under 500 teams. But to have your team ready to play every game, no matter who their opponent is impressive, and that has to do with coaching. You feel me? And to change where, remember, the Garden was a place where people came and got their shit off. You feel me? And now that's not the same. We 15-5 in the Garden. You feel me? The Garden is a tough place to play once again, and that's due to the coach and the culture that's being built. You feel me? And again, I got to give shout out to my front office for building a team that fits the coach instead of going name chasing. There's been a lot of people who's been trying to put pressure on the front office to pull the trigger and just grab a big name. But if it don't fit what you already building, that only will make your team regress, and then you be the talk of the town, the laughing stock once again. You know what I mean? So the coaching staff in the front office is seemingly, after that one little mishap with signing Evan and Kemba, because I know that wasn't Coach Tommy T picks. You feel me? But after that one mishap, they went back to trying to build the team around the coaching style of play, and it's been working wonders. And to quickly switch topics. I need the media to really, really, really start putting some respect on Jalen Brunson's name, bro. He's a star in this league now, bro, and it's undeniable. It's undeniable. You can't deny it anymore. And for them to be talking about him like he's not a 1A guy is disgusting at this point. How many times did he have to go up against some of the best players in the NBA and outplay them for y'all to really give him his just due? I haven't been on Knicks Ish, so I haven't been able to talk about this because I've been at work. But Candace Parker, she got caught red-handed spilling fallacies on national TV, just like most of them do. Said that last year Jalen Brunson had a good first round, second round not so much. That's cap. Second round, Jalen Brunson averaged 31 points a game on 50% shooting. What are you talking about? He didn't have a good. The team around him let him down. It wasn't because of Jalen Brunson. The only reason we get to game 6 and be one shot away from going to game 7 is because of Jalen Brunson went stupid that game. He scored 40-something points that game. So again, and they blame the Knicks fans for Jalen Brunson not being a starter. No, the media is partially responsible too, because the way they cover Jalen Brunson, casual basketball fans from across the country vote for people. Dame Lillard got 10 million followers on freaking Instagram. 10 million.
Jalen Brunson
Right?
can't rap.
So and you got people from states that don't have a basketball team that vote for these people too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just Knicks fans. Knicks fans were voting. Nobody vote for Knicks players outside of Knicks fans. Nobody. Nobody. So, and especially if you covering the star of a team and telling people that he's not a star. So the casual basketball fan is not going to vote for that person because you're not covering him like a star. You're covering him like, oh, he's not the guy. He's not better than none of these people. Like it's just like politics in that aspect. Propaganda. That's what
Yeah.
it is. It's negative propaganda against Jalen Brunson. That's why he wasn't a starter. But I
Mm-hmm.
do believe 100% that he's going to make the coach's pick and be a reserve. Yeah, I mean, but he should absolutely be a starter over Dame Lillard this year. Dame Lillard is not balling like Jalen Brunson this year. He's not, and that's just facts. Is facts. But Dame Lillard is a household name. Tyrese Halliburton absolutely deserves to be a starter. I got no smoke for him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But Jalen Brunson should be the second starter. Absolutely. Absolutely. The coaches pick No, the media picked. You know, it's crazy. They cover Jalen Brunson like that in the forefront. Like he's not an A1 guy. He's not that. But Jalen Brunson won the media's pick for starters. Make it make sense. Y'all say he's not an A1 guy. Y'all say that we never have the best player on the court. But when it came to y'all behind closed doors and you had to fill in your ballot for who should be a starter, Jalen Brunson wins. Like, make it make sense, bro. I land the plane there.
I got no flack for that. I disagree with him not being getting the nod for the starter as well. But you know, that being said, the propaganda and politics make it nasty work in basketball. The same thing is happening in Cam Thomas. And the difference between Jalen Brunson and Cam Thomas, in my opinion, with the coach relationship is that at least Jalen Brunson Thibodeau believes in Jalen Brunson. I'm not sure Jacque Vaughn believes in Cam Thomas. And that's my biggest issue. And I heard Cam Thomas in the post-game interview address this. He was like, oh, the knock on me is that I'm not a good defender, but you know, there's other players that score big and they're not this two-way player. And I just think that is, you know, basically he's like basically saying I think it's hypocritical. You know, you'll say that for that guy. It's praise. That's what he said. It's praise when they do it. They score big and don't play defense. But when I do it, it's like, oh, it's so many knocks on my game. And he was like, also, again, shout to Eric Slater. He's the guy who asked the questions, the Nets reporter. He asked a lot of good questions. Another thing they asked him is, you know, how do you feel about your minutes and, you know, only averaging 20 when you was averaging 20 over 27 before the injury? And he was like, exactly. Basically saying that he knows that they holding him back. He knows exactly what it is. There's no reason right now Cam Thomas is averaging 20 points behind Mikal Bridges 21 points. Cam Thomas is a way better scorer, and the significant difference is the starting role and how Cam Thomas comes off of the bench. And even when you look at the last play of the game versus the Minnesota Timberwolves, Mikal Bridges comes into play, and he doesn't need the first basketball action is Cam Thomas with the slip screen. So everybody pretty much playing a 5 and out, where they on the wing or looking for the 3 ball. Cam Thomas is the only one that does the slip screen and stays close to the basket, close enough to be the first pass Mikal Bridges can go to. Instead of Mikal Bridges doing that, his next basketball action is giving the ball to Nick Claxton on the 3-point line. So my point is, instead of finding Cam Thomas for the midi, he found Nick Claxton for the 3-point line. That's not fair to Brooklyn Nets fans. That's not fair to us knowing what we need to do or what we need to see for us to win games. And it ain't going to, you got 2 options. You go to Nick Claxton to the 3-point line before you go to Cam Thomas for the midi. It goes to show there's bias. The dude, Mikal, only want to win with him and Cam Johnson. The only time I see Cam Johnson and Mikal, they only try to play together. They exclude Cam Thomas. It's like a whole nother offense. This is why I keep saying when you hear me discuss Cam Thomas, him and Nick Claxton with the pick and roll. Nick Claxton was barking on Cam Thomas. We was down by like 30. Nick Claxton barking on Cam Thomas. It's because they the ones that want to win together. That's why. Because they know Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson is free agents that's overhyped. They're overhyped. They overhyped. They oversold them and they not playing up to par. There's no ascension from them role players on the Phoenix Suns to being starters or stars in this league as starters in the NBA with the Brooklyn Nets. And on top of that, what make it even worse is that Cam Thomas is going to be sought after by other teams. It's not like Cam Thomas fitting to stay here and take this. And this is the second time we seen free agents come here and not do nothing. If the Brooklyn, I said this earlier, if the Brooklyn Nets don't invest in their draft picks just because they're a 27th pick and Nick Claxton is a 31st pick and Day'Ron Sharpe is a 29th pick, they play the hardest and you get the most friendliest contracts from the draft picks. Why not invest in the draft picks? The free agent sold is short Harden, sold us short. KD, sold us short. Kyrie, sold us short. Mikal Bridges, sold us short. Cam Johnson, sold us short. There's 5 examples of free agents doing us bad. Give the green light to the draft picks. I'm about to take off my hat, slam it down like T-Rex. If you watch battle rap, you know what I mean. But case in point is, listen, yeah, the GM got to hold accountability. I understand Joe's side. First GM is Sean Marks, and the loyalty is there because of that. But the business, the sport is basketball, but the business is winning. So what are we doing? We in the city with the Knicks. They playing good basketball now. We supposed to stay and keep it a competitive level. We came here, in my opinion, we made it competitive to where Knicks fans really cared if their team were playing better. They went out, really got a point guard in Jalen Brunson and had success. They tried to front on it at first, getting Kemba. That shit went back. Case in point is, when they got a solid point guard, that's when they started winning. If we do what they did, we're going to be miserable the same way they was. Why you can't just learn from what they did wrong? Get a solid point guard, because obviously y'all not going to go away from Mikal Bridges. Y'all going to keep pushing, forcing fans to support him because y'all won't let him play his natural role. His natural role is a 3 and D, and he just doing threes. He just doing threes. He ain't playing no defense. Where's the? I don't want to emphasize where's the D.
You talking about Cam Johnson?
I know that's the wrong way to go. But there's no defense. There's the 3, but there's no defense.
Who you talking about, Cam Johnson?
Him too. Both of them. Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson, they got no defense, just 3-pointers. Sometimes. I don't even want to say nothing about Cam Johnson no more. I'm over it. I'm just over it. I'm not even. I'm done.
The difference between a good coach and a bad coach, right? And it's night and day, and we can use both our coaches as an example. Oh, Fraz, don't do that. I give my people flowers all day, bro. I always shout out my guy Kevin and say that he right and all that. You know what I mean? Don't do that. But whatchamacallit? Yeah, we could use the Knicks and the Nets as a prime example of a good coach and a bad coach, right? And I'm gonna break it down as simple as this. When you hear Cam Thomas say the things that he's been saying and feeling the way he's been feeling, and the team pretty much all give that kind of sentiment, like they don't understand what's going on, why things are happening, like that's bad coaching right there. Knicks, when you hear the players talk, they sound exactly like Coach Tom Thibodeau. They sound exactly like him. It's like you could damn near put both videos of them answering questions side by side, and they gonna sound exactly the same, almost like they're reading from the same script. That means everybody's in tune with what the game plan is and what the goal is, and they lock in step in trying to achieve that goal, and that's fire. You feel me? And that's fire. I still have my disagreements with Coach Tommy T, but I'm not going to be the fool to argue with results. We're winning, so what can I say? Hey, I can't say nothing. We're winning basketball games. You're doing something right. We just blew out the champs by 38. I can't say nothing. I can't complain about nothing. But on the other hand, y'all got to fire Jack Vaughn. You got to fire Sean Marks. Yeah, something got to shake up over there, or y'all going to be doomed for a long time. And, you know, it's hilarious because I said this before, and I'm going to say it again. Me and my Knicks fan friends, we pulled up here and told y'all after the trade, said, yo, y'all got to lose a record since after y'all traded KD and Kyrie. And then my guy Big Fan Breezy on the other side of me said, oh, that's because we didn't have an off season together. It'd be foolish to think that we could be successful right after the trade. And I said, yo, Big Fan Breezy, that doesn't matter. Y'all gonna be an under 500 team even after the off season. And here we are. You guys are what 10 games under 500 now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, 10 games. Yeah,
10 games under 500. No end in sight. You're lucky Toronto can't get it together because y'all be in 12th place if Toronto could actually win a basketball game. But yeah, it's not looking good. And I'm just here to tell you that Knicks fans told you this was going to happen. That's
I
all I
mean,
got.
y'all, yeah, but I'm not saying y'all didn't say that. I'm saying that I'm not wrong for being optimistic. You know, again, my thing is with Jack Vaughn is no disrespect, you know what I'm saying? But as a coach, you got to take pride in your work, man. And I'm not saying you don't, but you saying you the Prince of Positivity, me knowing that's your nickname. I couldn't get around that when I found that out. I found it out live stream, and it you know what I'm saying? It was just head rub for me, man. Pause. It was crazy, man. Because my thing is, the dude is positive for what? You should even if you should, yeah, like what for what? Like, what are you doing? What is that? Like, you a motivational speaker, bro. You should be a motivational speaker, yo. I really feel like at the end of the day, he could articulate basketball, winning basketball by being honest from what he sees. He could say, yo, every time we go to Mikal Bridges in the fourth quarter, we lose games. Let's not do that. Let's go to
Yo,
Cam Thomas. I mean, what more? Excuse me. What more
yo,
can I say? You know what I mean? Like,
another difference is this, right? Right? Another difference is this, right? You got Jack Vaughn, y'all down 15. He's smiling and clapping, chewing gum. You got Coach Tom Thibodeau, we up 20. He's mad as fuck and yelling at people. That's the difference. Jack Vaughn, y'all got told y'all this. Sean Marks is hiring his friends, bro. That's nasty work. They talk about the nepotism in the New York Knicks, but they're not talking about the nepotism that's happening in the Brooklyn Nets, which leading to their downfall. Leading to their downfall, bro.
oh nah, 2-in-1 Sports. Don't do that. Don't do
Oh
that.
boy. Let's
Don't
go.
do
I,
that.
I needed some
Listen,
ammunition before we leave.
listen,
But yo,
listen. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna say this for one. Nah, he not here to rescue a goddamn thing. If he is here to rescue something, he gonna rescue his next contract. I think one of his shorties probably woke him up like, yo, if you don't start playing basketball pretty soon, all this shit gonna be gone. He gonna all of the, you know what I mean, pictures of wherever you went because of the NBA money that you motherfucking tiptoed out the bank with. Like, yo, bro, what are you doing? Like, yeah, he tiptoeing out the bank. Like, get out of here, bro. You played 6 games. I didn't want you then. I said you were soft, and I was right. I was right. I didn't want to be right.
yo,
See, that's the difference. I could be wrong and be happy. I wanted to be wrong and happy. You didn't want that for Big Fan Breeze. You came here, play 6 games, and you know what hurts me the most? You don't miss a game. Your attendance is incredible. You be at all of the games, international games, bruh. If I had to get a passport just to go to work, I'm like, I might not even go. I'm not playing, so why don't I even go?
Oh,
You in front of the Eiffel Tower in your B-boy stands. I can't
yo,
jack it, bro.
that's hilarious. The Jenna has ruined 2 Nets NBA careers. It's hilarious. Humphreys and now Ben Simmons. It's hilarious. But yeah, Ben Simmons, bro. I, I said it, bro. I said it. It's like, yo, I got broken, bro. It's either 2 things. Either he's really hurt, which is horrible. You know what I mean? Back injuries is horrible. Or the other one, he don't want to play basketball, which is still horrible. Do you feel me? But he get jiggy. That cardigan he had on at the Knicks versus Net game, that was fire. Yeah, that was fire. That cardigan was fire. You feel me? I said, oh, he might be best dressed in the league. He might be leading the league if it fits right now. That's the only thing he lead in the league in right now. Best fits. You feel me? That's it. But
If it's
other than
not a
that,
Brooklyn Nets jersey, all that shit is.
yeah,
I do not care what he
yo,
wears. He
Yo,
could wear a
so,
motherfucking. I don't care what he wear. If it's not a Brooklyn Nets jersey, I don't care what he wear.
but
I just
yeah,
leave it.
bro. I wish I had the sound bite so I could play it for you right now. A big fan Breezy said he he don't got the courage. He walked. He saw me. He ain't got the courage. He walked down there
Oh
Yellow
man,
Brick Road looking for courage.
nah, I can't. I can't jack it with him, man.
And
You
now,
know, he robbing
and,
us, man.
and then when y'all traded for him, you tried to be optimistic. Nah,
I
he gonna
tried to
come
be.
in. He got something to prove. Your favorite
I thought
line.
he did. I thought he did. Yeah, I
Your
thought he
favorite
did. I
line in the
did.
world. He got something to
I thought
prove.
he did.
And the
But hold
only
on.
thing, wait, hold on. He got something to prove, and the only thing he proved was me right. Thank you, Ben Simmons, for proving me right. That's the only thing he had to prove was proving me
Mhm.
right. That dude is a bum. They saying that he might come back soon. They say he might come back soon, and that
And
ain't
do
gonna
what?
help, huh?
And
And
do
that's
what?
what I said. That ain't gonna help. The ship is sinking. You cannot fill the hold of a sinking ship with bubble gum, son. That's what he is. He's bubble gum. You cannot sip of a sinking ship with bubble gum. It's gonna look bad, and he gonna go out hurt again. He's gonna come back. Yo, listen, I'm gonna give you the play, bro. He's coming back. He's gonna play 5 to 10 games. Then he's gonna be hurt again. End the season.
I'm gonna be honest, man. That wouldn't be surprised. But to your point about Thibodeau and having your critique on him the season prior, and then what's happening now as far as results. When I look back in history, it was some of the same, and it was because personnel. The first season, Byron Scott, he had the Nets. He had 26 wins. The very next season, he was just shy of 50 wins, or I think 49 wins, or somewhere in there. And that's because Jason Kidd was on the team. Do I think that can be the same impact from Ben Simmons to Jason Kidd? No. When you look at the stats between Jason Kidd, specifically the games played, Jason Kidd was one of the more healthiest players back then. Very reliable, very, and he played big minutes. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the major difference. And there's other differences, but that's the major difference between Kidd and Ben Simmons. So that being said, no, I don't. I think Ben Simmons is mentally checked out. I think he heard the bulls to Mikal Bridges. So imagine what he thinks. You know what I mean? What he think the Net fans think about him? And I don't think that was with the Nets fans booing the Mikal
Nah,
Bridges. I
I
definitely feel like it was the Knicks booing him.
absolutely,
And
absolutely.
but
I
my
never said it
thing
was the
is,
Nick Net fans.
no,
It
no,
was
I'm
the
not
Knicks
saying
fans.
you said that, but what I'm saying is for Mikal Bridges to say that, I think it's very naive for him to say what he said because we share the same city. I mean, obviously, we crosstown rivals, and it's not ridiculous to think that. I mean, it's not far. You can get from the distance between the Barclays and the Garden is pretty close. So,
Mm-hmm.
so case in point is for him to say that I think is naive. I know he played for Phoenix, and that's a one team
One team
town.
town, yeah.
But no, bro, you gotta be realistic, bro. You really don't think that Knick fans is like, bro? You don't think they flood there? No, you know how Knick fans do, right? Like, so why
Yeah,
would he even say that? I just think it was disingenuous. And fans like me, I'm really not cheering for him until he played good basketball. Because he, it's one thing to say something about the refs, your teammates, the coach, the media, but when you start coming at the fans over something you being naive about, knowing it's obvious
I
that
don't,
Knick fans is going to be there, I just
I don't
think that
think,
was poor professionalism, bro.
I don't think he came at the fans. I think they asked him a question about the cheering and the booing of the Knicks fans, and he spoke. He said, "Yo, nobody wants to feel like that. You feel me? Nobody wants to be at their home arena and hear cheers for the other teams and boos for you. Like, and that makes sense. Nobody wants to be at their home arena and get booed at the foul line because the other teams, the opposing teams' fan base is drowning out their fan base. And where was the BK Block when this was happening? Where was the BK Block was supposed to come to the rescue? Ain't you a part of that? What happened?
I wasn't there
This
that
is
game. I wasn't
this
there
is Jay
that game.
was there. He's a part of the BK Block. What
He's
happened?
part of the
Where
BK
was your
block, that's for sure.
antennas? Where was your antennas when this was happening to your team in your building? BK Block. I remember y'all getting on this very podcast with your chest out. I'm a part of the BK Block. We lead the crowd in cheers. We get them saying Brooklyn and defense. We do that. Where were y'all? Where were y'all to the rescue when the Knicks fans was in here cheering MVP, MVP, MVP for Jalen Brunson at the foul line as he dropped 30 on y'all?
Mikal Bridges' fault. Mikal Bridges' fault.
See, look. Mikal Bridges, you ain't even got to. I'm telling you, we ain't got to take this, bro. They trying to put all the losing on your shoulders. When their GM is horrible, when your coach is horrible, they just trying to throw all the blame on you. That's nasty work. Mikal Bridges, let's come to the Knicks. You don't even got to worry about that because you know there's already a scapegoat in the Knicks. His name is Julius Randle, so you ain't even got to worry about being a scapegoat. All you got to do is pull up.
Can I answer Mrs. Nick's experience question? She says, Give Cam Thomas the key to the team. They still losing because they don't have a team. Then what you gonna say? You gonna turn on him too? Nah. I don't. Again, I could be wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong on this. I've seen enough pick and roll action, basketball action between Cam Thomas and Nick Claxton to know that they can help us win games with that pick and roll. And the reason why I say that is because it's the number one offense in the whole NBA. And that's something that we haven't perfected. I've seen Spencer Dinwiddie throw bad lobs to Nick Claxton, and I've seen Nick Claxton be an offensive threat with James Harden. We could easily have the basketball action pick and roll implemented inside office with Cam Thomas. He's the best lob passer we got. And the truth is, Mikal Bridges is stifling the progress, hindering even the progress of Cam Thomas. I will give, to answer your question, Mrs. Nick's experience, I will give Cam Thomas the keys, and whatever happens, happens. I would bet you we will be better than what we were at the halfway mark, and that was like 17 and 24, and we still haven't gave him the keys, and look where we are now. So my point is, we wouldn't do worse giving him the keys. We are under 500 team, not giving him the keys to the team. And if we gave him the keys to the team, I think we would be above a 500 team. For one, that would be good coaching. For two, Cam Thomas is a better offensive player than Mikal Bridges. He's definitely, you look at that last play versus the Wolves, they ain't double him. Anthony Edwards locked him up on his own. No foul, and it was a bailout. They ain't even foul him for real. Like, you ain't even wet over here. You know what I'm saying? Get up. You know what I mean? So I just feel like he could no. Good coaching got Cam Thomas giving him the keys to the team because it didn't work with Mikal Bridges. I can at least say that it didn't work. Y'all tried. It didn't work. Give it to Cam Thomas. I'm giving him the keys immediately.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this and then we're gonna go into predictions because I gotta bounce. I gotta go to work. The reason why it's not working because the team that you thought was gonna be a top 10 defensive team in the NBA is not that. Your coach is a poor defensive coach. He's a poor coach, period. And I'm putting all the blame on why y'all not good on the coach. His rotations, ass. His substitution, ass. His game plan, ass. Like, you have guys that may not. You have decent 3-point shooters, but y'all rely on that too much. Not enough taking it to the basket. You got Dennis Smith Jr. out there for way too long, knowing that nobody has to guard him at the 3-point line. Literally, I watched Jalen Brunson play him from the foul line. Like, literally backed up like, yo, please shoot it. Please shoot it, DSJ. Please shoot it. I want you to. And he's in crucial parts of the game when you need guys that's able to knock down shots. He got a crucial turnover because he's scared to shoot the rock. Pump fake himself out of his shoes because he's scared to shoot the rock. When you got an absolute bucket on the bench in Cam Thomas, just sitting there, but you got Dennis Smith Jr. out there absolutely being a liability on offense. You feel me? Like, and when y'all going, And at the end of the games, y'all go into these scoring droughts, and your best scorer is on the bench. That has a lot to do with the coaching, and that's his fault. And your team is being ran wrong. Like at the beginning of the season, I didn't think I was going to be under 500. I thought y'all be a playing team at 500, but I never thought y'all was going to be uh, under 500 team. I can honestly say that, and that has a lot to do with your coaching. But yo, let's get into predictions so I can get up out of here.
Oh yeah, this ain't gonna take long. Houston probably lose that. Utah probably finna lose that. Phoenix, you know what? You know what? we, we we listen. We beat Phoenix before. At least have the testicle fortitude, Mikal Bridges, to beat your former team. At least have something to prove. We beat Phoenix already. Now we playing at home. Come on. At least I would say we're gonna probably lose those first two just because our defense is trash. We can't stop nobody when it matters. And Phoenix, maybe we get that one. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we get that one. That's on national TV. ABC gonna be winning it. You know, the whole world watching. At least, hopefully, we can at least get a win for our pride, man. Like, let's
So,
at least go zero. I'm saying let's at least go 2-1. That's come on, man.
I got 3 games. You got them 2-1. That's the official prediction.
Uh, yeah, man, because you know I'm a big fan, Breezy, not Prince of Positivity, Breezy. You know, I'm
Yep.
not the Prince of Positivity. I'm looking like the villain out here, but I'm just being real. You know, I'm gonna say Nick Claxton plays good versus Utah. You know, I'm gonna say we maybe 2-1. I'll say 2-1. I don't see it's going 3-0. We could probably beat
2-1.
Utah, Phoenix, and I don't know if we beat Houston today. I don't know. 2-1.
Yeah. No, this is a whole entire fact. JJ Jackson, this is a whole entire fact. I couldn't let this comment go without. I did say, yo, is a difference when teams start scouting you when you're the number 1 guy, and can you do that for the entirety of the season? I did say that. Yeah, but on to my
but
prediction.
that's not accurate. That last part of the comment, Cam Thomas is still what he was, even with them scouting. He still can score the ball way better than
Nah,
him. And Mikal Bridges ain't the same player as far as scoring. They not.
So look, here's the difference. Most of the time, they're not really like he's not really when he's on the court. I don't think they're really trying to take away Cam Thomas until like end of the games. Like when I seen times in the fourth quarter when he's on the court and then they double him and make them get the ball out of his hands quick, fast, and in a hurry and make somebody else beat him. You feel me? But during most of the game, he's getting met by pretty much straight up one-on-one defense. Sometimes somebody might, if he's driving, there might
He
be
get doubled a lot. That was their strategy the whole game versus the Lakers. The whole game they were trying to ball the now.
Yeah, I ain't watched that game.
Yeah,
I can't. Yeah, I can't watch that game. But yeah, when you the guy the whole season, things change, and Cam Thomas is yet to be the guy the whole season. You feel me? And Mikal Bridges is the guy, and he's getting met with that kind of defensive strategy that's making things difficult for him. But on to the next predictions. We play the Heat today. W. I'm not scared of scary Terry Rozier. Not scared of. I think that makes them a weaker defensive team, which was a strength to their team. They were able to the Heat for as long as I can remember been a grinded out team. Slow down the pace, play tough defense, and get the dub that way. Scary Terry does nothing for that. Trading Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry is a hell of a defender. And Terry Rozier is not that. He's going to score, and he's streaky. You might get a good 2 games with him scoring 20 plus. Then you might get another 3 games with him scoring 15 or lower. You feel me? Not scared of that. We are definitely beating the Heat today. Then on Monday we play the Hornets. Need I say more? Another under 500 team in the loss column for them. In the win column for us, we go 20-0 against under 500 teams on Monday. The Jazz, I don't know if they under 500, but we gonna beat them. We owe them one. You know what I mean? We owe them one for our West Coast trip. You know what I mean? And we clicking on all cylinders now. We
yeah,
gonna pack them up.
500.
I don't know. I said I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Check.
Yeah. But yeah, we owe them one. We gotta pack them up. You know what I mean? The Pacers, that's gonna be a tough game. Pacers is playing really good basketball, even without Halliburton. They're playing really good basketball, but they don't play no defense. I think with OG, even if Halliburton played, we was gonna put OG on Halliburton, slow him down, uh, and I say we win that game too. You know what I mean? And then yeah, so I got us 1, 2, 3, 4-0 coming in the next week. Uh, the streak continues. We continue streaking through the quad. You feel me? And I think we be up in officially sole owners of fourth place by next time we come back, because the Cavs won last night, so that pushes us back down to fifth. But by the time we come back, we'll be sole owners of fourth place with our eyes on third place. You heard? With our eyes on third place, because we only 2 games behind third place. You heard? Well, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we're gonna beat them, Fraz. Thank you, Fraz. Yeah, we're gonna beat them. Yeah. We only like 2 games behind uh Philly. Yeah, we 2 games behind Philly, and I think we could by the end of the season we be in the third place. You heard? Two
No,
games behind Philly, 2 games behind Philly, 3 games behind the Bucks. I'm just saying, Bucks ain't out of arm's reach. You feel me? And who knows how they gonna go through an adjustment period with Doc Rivers. They gonna lose some games with Doc Rivers. I don't think they're gonna hit the ground running, because I'm pretty sure Doc Rivers got his own schemes and plays that he want to run, and it's gonna take time for guys to get accustomed to what Doc Rivers do. And I don't really think Doc Rivers is a great coach like that. Be perfectly honest, I don't. I think he's still living off of 2008,
Mm-hmm.
and he
Gil
hasn't really.
exposed that. I seen
Yeah,
Gil. He exposed that.
yeah, he ain't really done nothing since. He's supposed to have won a championship with the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. That was a great assortment of talent, had everything that he needed to win, but he never won. But yeah, so I did say at the beginning of the season the Knicks could be is going to be a top 3 seed in the NBA. I did say that, and that doesn't look too far fetched now. Eastern Conference Finals is a real possibility for us now. You heard? Uh, but yeah, we out of here, man. Well, shout out to everybody that pulled up. We appreciate y'all.
We do.
See y'all next week. No, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be here Saturday, bro. I gotta work doubles next week, so yeah, probably on
Stay
Monday.
tuned.
Yeah, Monday I'm off Monday, so we could definitely do Monday. But yeah, but stay
Monday
tuned.
is
But I appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? Let's go Knicks. Nessie's ass. Y'all
best
already know
fans,
the
the best
vibes.
fans.
The cat. We
We gonna
proved
make
that
it
in the
through this. Stay here. I'm
we,
gonna remember who was here with me when going through all this. I just want to say that. I
we
remember
proved
this.
who the best fans on Tuesday. We proved who the best fans. You already know the vibe.
Yeah.
All
All
right,
right.
y'all.
All right. Peace, y'all.